How's it going, everyone? Granda Panda here. So before today's video, I kind of just wanted to talk a little bit about what my plans are for the upcoming winter months as things kind of slow down a little bit. I spent a lot of time this summer running, getting in shape, spending a lot of time on that type of stuff. And for the winter, I'd like to calm that down and do a little bit more YouTube, which for the last couple years, it's kind of been a hobby that I wanted to get into. Thought it was a really cool idea. Being able to do things that you like and put them out on the internet, something for people to see and maybe enjoy a little bit. So that's where you guys come in. I just wanted maybe a couple ideas of different fun things I could do. Obviously, my first two videos have been all video games, which I want to keep doing video game stuff, but it doesn't have to be just video games. It could be reactions to anything like music or reactions to sports stuff, or I could talk about sports stuff. I'm a big Minnesota sports fan, so I could talk about heartbreak. I know a lot about that, especially since the Vikings are kind of shitty this year. Be anything from that, life talk, kind of about things I've done, what I'm into, that type of stuff. So I'd really appreciate any ideas you guys got. If you could just drop those down in the comments for me, I would really love to take some of them into consideration and see what I can do and make some fun content for you guys. As always, to see this content in action, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for listening and enjoy the video. Hey guys, how's it going? Granda Panda here. Welcome back to my next video. So for today, we're doing something a tad bit different. I am going to do a little sort of reaction video. So this past weekend, I was the best man in my brother's wedding. Super big honor. I was happy to do it. For today's video, I'm going to do a live reaction to my first time viewing the speech. I haven't watched it yet. I had my dad record it and send it to me, and I thought this would be a really, really kind of fun idea. I wanted to get this out a few days ago, but I still wasn't feeling the best from all the fun I had at the wedding, so I held off on it. No, I'm just kidding. I was actually waiting for this mic. Got a new mic. Probably gonna work a lot better than the one I had before. It took a couple extra days to get here than I was planning for, so that's why it's a little bit delayed. The part about not feeling good isn't necessarily a lie, but it's not the reason. So with that being said, let's jump right into this. Is it a bad thing I'm more nervous to watch this than I was to do it? I don't know. All right, let's see how this goes.
Is that good? All right. Well, everybody, I can't.
Okay, a little bit of a precursor before we start. They were supposed to actually get married back in May, but due to COVID and everything, it got delayed. So they pushed it back to Halloween. And then, of course, when it just was kind of realized that this thing wasn't going away anytime soon, they cut it down to just a small wedding in September, obviously last weekend. So that it plays into the beginning of my speech, so I figured I'd just toss that in there.
I believe it's already made. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. That was my first speech. I don't know if that's okay. All right. Happy Halloween. Wow, you guys did this tough on me. You realize that, right? Okay, let me look at my phone. Got a new phone a few weeks ago, so I think I got all of them in here. Here we go.
Yeah, good start. Not that bad. Not that cringy. All right.
All right. Well, buddy, we finally made it to big day. Happy we're all here. I feel like first off, I should start by saying,
Okay. That's the first cringe. I do remember that very vividly, that I had it all on my phone, and you think writing it out is great, but it never ever goes as planned. I remember that's when my heart really first started beating pretty hard, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta remember where I was supposed to go next, but I think I save it.
We should say thank you to the parents of the lovely bride and groom here, so we give them a round of applause. That'd be great.
Great save. Thank the parents all the time.
So for those of you who don't
And I guess I got lost again.
know me, I'm Casey. He's little. Well, I prefer to use younger brother because I'm quite a bit taller than he is. Got gotta take the points where I can get them with that one.
It's very true.
Yeah. So when you live with someone, for a majority of your younger life, you learn a lot about them. You go through all the good times, all the bad times. You get a chance to laugh at the funny and embarrassing moments in your life. Lucky for him, I've been around to take over some of those embarrassing moments. So took the fall for those ones. It's pretty good. So, yeah. The next part of my speech, we're going to go through some of the good moments of Tony's life. So, as you all, for those of you that know him, which all of you do, this is going to be his favorite part because I'm going to be talking about for the next couple of minutes here. So,
I saw that nod of agreeal from my brother there. That was, yeah, very truthful. So far, so good. So far, so good, I would say.
So, first off, I must mention that the smartest person I've ever met in my life. Gotta say. Speaking of being super smart, did you guys all know he got straight A's in high school? Well, okay. There was one B plus in cooking class, but we don't necessarily talk about that one. He doesn't like it. So, and it's a really good thing he didn't choose teaching as a profession because he's also not the most patient when it comes to trying to teach people things. I remember one time he tried teaching me some math homework, and that lasted about 2 seconds before he started yelling and walked out of the room. Dad had to take over for that one. Yeah, so I'll go over some of the other good moments in his life. Found a really nice job after college. Got a nice house. Living a good life down here in the cities, but can honestly say that with confidence, the best
I forgot to mention at that part of the speech that I helped him work on his basement a little bit.
moment of his life is when he met me. Remember I first met her at Easter at the parents' house, and sure, in my mind, she was the right one for him. I felt like it was going to go a long haul. Sure enough, I was right. Of course. So,
Okay, this speech, from what I know from my actual speech that I wrote down, is just riddled with me actually not even reading off my phone at all. Because this thing about meeting her at Easter was not going to toss that in there. There's some other things that I've noticed that I just kind of added without even thinking about it. So, yeah.
I must say, welcome to the family, or should I say, you're part of the family now. Good luck. So I spent a lot of time writing the speech, and I was kind of trying to find a nice killer quote to end it, but looking online, I found a nice little activity here, so I got to ask you.
This is my favorite part.
Could you set your hand on the table for me? And could you put your hand on top of hers? Top, thank you. So you guys are all witnessing this. This is the last time in his life you'll have the upper hand. So let's give a round of applause for that.
Aw.
So lastly, I'd just like to end with saying, I know this isn't exactly how you guys planned your wedding out, but happy to see we could get you both here and get it out of the way.
You see, now, when I was writing the speech out initially, I had actually put in there the thing about saying, just happy we could get this out of the way, and then I reread that to myself, and it sounded not right. I thought it sounded kind of like, oh, this isn't that important, let's just get it out of the way. So I deleted it, made it sound a lot better in the writing, but obviously that didn't happen when I did the speech. Oopsie.
Well, you guys are both happy it's time to open, so let's raise a glass for the lovely
I doubt that's true.
Brian Groom, please. That'll be it. Thank you for coming.
That was one of my brother's best friends. Thank you. I needed that. Wow. Okay. So I put a lot of work into that, and I feel like like I said, it was a small wedding. The applause would have been much bigger if it was the actual size wedding. I gotta say that. I have confidence that would have been the case. It's weird watching back this type of stuff because you really, and it's just something I've noticed as well with my editing of these videos I'm making for YouTube. When you watch yourself talk, it's weird when you pick up on your little things you do. Like I notice in a lot of my videos, it's and and things like that make it a little choppy, and they show kind of where you're at in the sense of public speaking, I would say. Something, and that's another thing that this YouTube journey, I'll call it, is kind of helping me with. It's just getting better at talking and noticing these little things that you do and trying your best to fix them along the way. And like, obviously it's something I still need to work on. And then pacing is another thing I've noticed too. Like, sitting here in front of a computer talking to actually nobody, I can actually like think a little bit more. Plus, I just have the option to start over and redo it till I get it right. But when you're in front of people, I feel like a lot of times there's that tendency to, I mean, if you get nervous with this sort of thing, to just not really catch the fact that you're speeding through it too much. And also, some people will talk too slow because you're putting too much thought into it, which is also something incredibly interesting. And I mean, then you get to the point too where listening to your own voice is weird because you always think it sounds different than it actually is. And that's something I've always found kind of fascinating and also scary all at the same time. Well, anyway, thank you guys for checking this out. I thought it was a really fun idea. And again, I got to say, I was super honored to do it. And he said he liked it, so I'll take his word for it. So thank you guys. See you in the next one.